Welcome back. I hope you've started to think about how perhaps you could have influenced some of the things that you see that you don't really like. And I also hope if you are a young person that we've started to make you feel that, you know what, I actually do want to do better and I'm going to make a start. In the break, we were actually talking about this whining thing.
Whining down. And people tell you, but that's our culture. In
What,
a way.
they have 2 and 3-year-old, 4-year-old whining at a party?
But you know, there's something that really, really upsets me. How on God's green earth, I don't know if it's a lack of vocabulary, you see a pretty little girl, dressed nicely, you really sexy, eh?
Yes.
What is that?
Yes.
How is a 3-year-old sexy?
Yes.
And then a man who already has a problem, maybe he's a pedophile, you already telling him, yep, there's a little meat for you, because why would you call a baby sexy? Why are we putting those things into our children's minds at such early ages? Let them be little girls, let them enjoy their childhoods, and, you know, let them grow up appropriately.
You know, back in the day, as they say, I remember my parents would not allow me to put a relaxer in my hair or anything like that, you know.
Until what age?
Oh gosh, maybe 16 or something. And like makeup, if we wore makeup, I mean, my parents didn't let me wear makeup till I was my teens, but it was a light makeup.
Light makeup,
Not
and then you progress.
Not the reds and the so on and so forth.
You know, and our expectations of our children, if you, like you were saying, if you say to them enough, they believe it. And if you let them do things, you know, they just, my daughters, when you were 13, then you could start wearing a light, you know, a light pink.
Like you.
Yes, a light pink
I remembered you.
nail polish, right?
Yes.
And then so on. Then when you're 16, you can go with the eyeliner and a little darker in the lipstick. At 16, they were allowed to have their first little boyfriend. I don't know what the thinking is, but I know that we are doing our young girls, our young people, and our young girls a disservice by not taking better care of them and not teaching them to take better care of themselves and priding themselves and their bodies. And I'm not saying be ridiculous like some people, you're not going to do this and you're not going to do that. The children, when they get a chance, well, you saw that when you went to school, the tighter they held them when they had a chance. Summertime, my daughters, it's a long holiday, you are allowed to go to 3 parties. Choose well, choose very wisely. Christmas, Easter, 1. And, you know, of course, everybody's going. I'm not everybody's mother. Let their parents
funny enough,
deal with that.
My daughter just said to me a couple of days ago, Mom, you know what? I was looking back at all the people where we used to live and all the children whose parents didn't allow them to play out, meet with their friends every single night, but maybe on a Saturday afternoon we'd all sit together. And so all the people who their parents allowed them to go out, they've been in jail, they've had issues with drugs, they're alcoholics, they haven't got jobs, and all the other ones, and we used to say, don't like my mom, don't like my dad.
Complaining.
All those ones are the ones who are a bit settled and wishing that they had actually
and not
understood
only that,
more what
when
the
you
parents
look
were
back
trying
on
to
your
do.
childhood, you say, oh, my mother did really well.
Yes.
She did really well. Yeah, and I was like the one that had liked to party. But I had to make sure that everything was organized. Mommy had to know the parents, because she was single, because my father died when I was 11. So all those tough times, although I wasn't really, I was rebellious, but not too much, right? So I understand. And then I sat my girls down and I said, let me tell you all something. Boys are people too. And you are allowed to have friends who are male, because people close their girls off from males, having male friends. It's ridiculous. And I said to them, at a certain age, because of their hormones, they expect certain things, you know, and your behavior has to be tapered to that. You know, you don't turn them on and bring it out. You know, you have to just talk to your children.
But you know what, you're saying all this, it's very important to me that we let the young people see or hear some of the perceptions. I'm going to say something quite wild, which is this.
You're going wild?
Only
Is it the wine?
Only a decent man, whether it's a young man or older man, will wait for you. Your virginity is very important to you. Keep it.
Yes.
If he is a good man, he will wait because he likes you so much. he will wait for you, okay?
And then we go back, Delia, to instant gratification. And now it's sexual gratification, and a lot of our young women who so need to be loved and respected, but they have no idea how to gain it. And you have these little fellas that their hormones telling them all kinds of things and begging for this. And she's like, he must really love me, he wants this and whatever, and they give it up.
These women have to be real, because honestly, I mean, the first time, there's no woman that's going to say to you, it was wonderful. It was a waste of time. It was crap.
That's true.
I mean, you tell me,
That's
do you know any
really
woman that
true.
would say their first time was a great time? It wasn't. So I don't know what
so you
the
have a
fuss
lot
is.
of
So viewers, if
disappointed
you're in
women.
that situation, don't even bother. I'm telling you, it's not that great. It's much better when you're older, when you understand what you're doing, why you're doing it, and you understand that person who really does love you. It's not, oh, I love you, they're waiting for you.
Yes.
The other thing that I wanted to say, part of my bigger statement is this. When the young girls dress in their little short pants or little short skirt and all their makeup and so on and so forth, what do they really think the men are thinking of them? I put that question to you.
You see?
What does the young woman think the man or the boy she's looking for? What does she think?
And I have asked young women.
Tell me the answer. What
They think that, you see, women dress for each other, you know, and then we think that men are the same. Okay?
I'm not sure about that, but go on.
Why I say this. When you married, you've been with your husband. I've been with my husband for 19 years, right? We only married this year 3 years, but you know, and I've always been like a tomboy kind of thing, and then went into makeup. So I think I have a very good understanding of men. As a matter of fact, my daughters say I'm a man, right? In drag, yes. So I think girls think that the same way you will admire them, you as a woman will look at them and say they're nice and whatever, and it boosts them. It's the same with guys, but they don't realize that when a man says you're looking hot, he means you're looking hot for him to tumble. They don't understand that. And sometimes by the time it gets to that, they're in over their heads and they don't know how to behave. You understand? Of course, all young people, men and women, love attention. At that age, a girl's way of grabbing attention is her body. And you know their little body is so cute and tight, little tight buns and whatever. So they put on their short shorts and their short tops and they go walking down the road, and fellas suiting them, as my Trini friends say, you know, and they don't realize that that is the wrong attention. And how do we fix that? We speak to them. Speak to your girls. Talk to your young people. Talk to them. Have some sense of who they are, what they're thinking, what they want. And young people, if you're listening to us, get somebody to talk to you, an adult who will just talk to you. Get a friend.
And you know what we're going to do? When we come back from the break, we're going to talk a little about the mentoring scheme. We're also going to be talking about young women who we've just described, who we've said, you know what, you might be stuck in that rut. Who would you like to talk to? Because that's part of that. We're also going to be talking about the young men, because we have concentrating a lot on the young women, but also we have to teach our young men how to become decent men.
Yes.
This is the Dolor Factor. We'll see you soon.